In this video, I'm going to review the basic things you need to know to create an MLA Works Cited list for the different sources you will be using for Unit 1. On D2L, there is an MLA Works Cited Resources module in Learning Content. Here you will find various documents and links that may be helpful. You may find basic MLA Works Cited information on my MLA Works Cited handout, as well as at the Purdue OWL MLA Formatting and Style Guide page. You may also find information and models in the MLA chapter, Chapter 28, of Everyone's an Author. There are 9 basic elements you need to look for to create a citation: author, title of source, title of container or the larger publication that contains the source. Note that some sources like novels or other full-length books are self-contained, and the title will need to be listed only once. Other contributors, version, number, publisher, publication date, location. Some sources may be housed in a second container, in which case you will need to provide information about that second container as well. We will discuss this as it comes up. You may read more about each of these elements on my MLA Works Cited handout or on the Purdue MLA Formatting and Style Guide page. Not all of these elements will exist for all sources, and MLA dictates you may decide what information needs to be provided for your readers. Keep in mind you are communicating to your audience how they may locate the version of each source you used in your paper. To cite any source, go through the list of elements and determine which elements you may find for that source. For work we published online, like Alexei Superman and Me, we begin with the name of the author, last name, first name, and the title of his narrative in quotation marks. The title of the container will be the website on which we found this version of his narrative, which we may find by backtracking on the URL. There are no other contributors and no listed version, number, publisher, or publication date, so these may all be left blank. The location, or where this may be found, will be the URL or web address minus the http://. We then place the elements we did find in order, and citations will be double-spaced and placed in hanging indent. Alexei's "This is what it means to say Phoenix, Arizona" is a little more tricky, as we are provided information about the book the version of this story appears in. We begin with the author, the title of the story. The first container will be the title of the book this version of the story is from. There are no other contributors, no version or number, so these we leave blank. Then we need to provide the name of the publisher or the company that produced the book, the publication date of the book, which is 1993, trust me on this one, and the location, in this case, the page numbers in the book where the story may be found. As we found this story online, not in a hard copy of the book, the website we found this on is our second container that we need to inform our audience about. Thus, we provide the title of the website. There are no other contributors, version, number, publisher, or publication date, so the only other thing we need to provide is the location, or the URL or web address. Again, these elements are placed in order, and the citation is double-spaced and placed into hanging indent. The 2 works by Alice Walker are copied from the books they were published in. While I have provided them on D2L, you do not need to cite D2L in this case. Thus, for both these works, you may follow Model 19 on page 587 of Everyone's an Author for how to cite a work from an anthology or a collection of works. For example, to cite her essay, Beauty When the Other Dancer is the Self, we begin with the author, the title of her essay, the title of the book in which it was published, the publisher, date of publication, and page numbers. To cite an online magazine article, such as the ones by Delastrati and Gray, you may follow Model 9 on page 580 of Everyone's an Author, and the example on page 581. For example, to cite Gray's article, we begin with the author's name, the title of his article, the title of the magazine in which this was published, the date it was posted online, and the URL or location where this may be accessed. In our textbook, the reading section serves as an anthology or collection of works. Citations of such works may again follow Model 19 on page 587 of Everyone's an Author. For example, to cite Kennedy's essay, begin with the author's name, the title of her essay, the title of the book, which includes with readings, as there's a version without readings. The authors of the textbook serve as editors of the readings, as they didn't write them but selected them for publication. Thus, we will need to list them under other contributors, starting with edited by. As there's more than 2 editors, we may list just the first name and add et al., which stands for and others. This version is the 3rd edition, which may be abbreviated as such. Then the publisher's name, the date of publication for the book, and the page numbers or location for where this essay may be found in the book. The works cited list will begin on the page following the last page of your paper. The title Works Cited appears at the top of the page, centered in plain text. The sources are arranged alphabetically by whatever comes first in each citation. If there are 2 works by the same author, alphabetize by title. The list is evenly double-spaced throughout. Citations are in hanging indent, and all the margins should still be 1 inch. Hopefully this video has provided a good overview of the basics for creating MLA 9th edition citations for many of the types of sources we'll be using in this class.